So today I want to show you how to make your own map which you can embed into your website like I have done here. And this map I think is like a visual mihi for you if you want to let people know where you're from, what areas are important to you and what your past has been. And the way to do this is to use Google Maps. Now I'll flick on to Google Maps and you can see here I've got the United States in front of me. When you use Google Maps, you just press in the black bar up there. You need to be signed in with your Gmail address. And in the classic view, you will get two tabs on the left-hand side here. One called Get Directions, which you usually look up when you're trying to find somewhere. And the other one is called My Places. Now, if you have got a map that takes up the whole page, it may be that you've got the new Google Map showing and they don't have this functionality yet. They are working on it. So you will have a blue tab over here that tells you help and support. If you click on that and go down to the bottom, you will see something that says Return to Classic View. So this is the classic view of Google Maps. Right, so you go over here to the left hand side and you press My Places. When you do that, you will see maps that turn up down here in my instance because I've made other maps. And what I want to do is to show you how to make a map like I had in the website, had embedded in the website. So here we go. You go to the big red button on the left hand side and press Create Map. You've got to call it something, so we're going to call it, in this case, Taumarunui. Even though I don't come from Taumarunui, I'm going to call it Taumarunui 1, and I'll just call it my mihi, my mountains, rivers, and home. You can share it publicly or you can keep it unlisted. If you share it publicly, then you're able to embed it into your website or your blog or so on. If you keep it unlisted, you can share the URL only and the person would be able to go there from that. But if you want a nice visual picture, then keep it public and away you go. So, in order to find Taumarunui, I need to actually write it in here. And there it is, it's popped up. And now it's going to take me there. And a little red tag has arrived down there, right in the heart of Taumarunui. Now to make your map, you have these little place marks up here, blue ones. And what you have to do is click on it, and once you've clicked on it, be pretty quick and bring it down to where you want to place it. So I'm going to zoom in a little closer so I can see where I'm going in Taumarunui, and I'm going to make up a story about where I was brought up. So it's not true, but here we go. So I'm going to click on it and drag it. Whoops, you can see what I mean. It dragged down too quickly. I'm going to cancel that and just start again. Right, back to where I go. So click on the placemat and drag it down to where you want to. So I'm just going to put it there on the corner of Miriyama Street. And I'm going to say this is my home. And I'm going to say this is where I was brought up. And full stop. And say OK. So you can see that blue mark is down there. And I can click on it and edit it some more. If I want to add more text, I can. I've got it on plain text. I could press the rich text and add some more formatting to it, put some links in there, put a photograph in there, or a link to a photograph on the web, and so on. I can actually even change the type of tag that I put there, so I could put any one of those particular symbols there, but I'm just this time going to stay with what I started with, which was the blue tag. And if you want to, you can actually change to HTML code and for instance put a video, connect a video in there as well. So if you're taking videos of that particular part of town, you can link it to that marker. So I'm going to take and click on it again and drag it down and just pop it over here and click on there, and I will just say Koro's house. My Koro lived here until he was 97, and I could add more. You can imagine the types of things that will help your students do writing, and of course it's very personal to them. Now another nice thing that I can do is add a place mark to the river, and this is the Ongarue River I'm tagging, and I could just say my river, we used to catch eels here. Now, if you're from Taumaranui, very likely, or possibly, your mountain will be Hikurangi, which I think is actually this one over here. It is to the northeast. So I'm going to click there, drag it down, and pop it there. It's a Mount Hikurangi. It's a flat tabletop mountain. Now, I'm not 100% sure that I'm in the right place there, so you will have more idea of your own geography and where your mountain is and where your places are. So just one more time, if you want to add something, plop it down there. I'm going to put it on the highway in that instance, and I'm just going to call it my bus stop, for want of a better word. I know there's no bus stop out there in the middle of nowhere. Click on it, edit it, change that. There's even a bus there, so I'll put a bus there instead and say OK. And you can see you can make up your own little map. The other thing that you can do, very nice functionality, is use the other little widget or gadget or whatever up here next to the tags, and just click on that and you can draw a line along the road. So I might say from here, click on the road there, and it will follow down the road, as you can see. And I'm going to pretend I'm just going into Taumaranui there to my home and click, and I'm going to click again, and you can see it was 4 point. When you click a second time, it should finish. Right, and when it finishes like that, you'll get another tag. So this is the road to travel to school, and this is just made up stuff. And you can imagine what you could do with your students there. So on your map you can see the bus route. The bus comes in from there to there to go to school, and so on. Once you've finished there, it says it's saved. I usually click on there again to make sure it has saved and say done. You can go back in any time. You can see your things all listed down there, and it even tells you it's 7.3 kilometres, about 6 minutes to travel down that road. And if you want to go back in again, you can edit it, add some more tags, and when you're ready to share it, you press the link up there, and you've got the URL which you can put in, or you've got your embed code which gives you the nice visual image of your mihi. So we'll close that, and we have done with that, and that is your map called Taumaranui. Just to finish off these instructions, I just want to show you how to embed that map that we made into a blog. So I've opened up Blogger and I am going to compose. I can write a little something first, saying something like, this is my visual mihi. You don't have to write anything at all if you don't want to. And then you must press this HTML button here. And if you come down further, when you get from the map, remember it was called Tomato Nui, and we're going to click on that little link button, and we're using HTML, so we click down here, not on the URL up above, but on the HTML, right click and copy it, and go back to your Blogger and paste that HTML code in, and then we can save it. Now you can see there that the width and height mentioned there, you can change those if you want to. I'm going to leave them as they are at the moment and just publish it and see how that looks. I'm not going to publish it to Google at the moment, but it should be right there. Whoops, I'm going to view the blog and see what it looks like. And you can see that the map has gone into my blog there. So that's just to finish off to show you how you do it.